Why did you leave your last job? This is one of the trickiest questions in job interviews. The interviewer is constantly judging you and they want to know what happened. Why are you here in front of me asking for this job? Most job seekers do not go prepared and they just lose an opportunity. So in this video, I'll tell you exactly how to prepare well for this question with your answer, and I'll give you a lot of examples and tips. Alright, so watch this video till the end. I hope you have subscribed to my channel because I have been posting such videos every week. I do not want you to miss on my next video. Now, because you are here, I assume that you are a career professional and in job search. So, apart from videos on YouTube, I want you to register to my next live webinar because in 1.5 hours, I give you a power-packed Champions Job Search Blueprint, which is a strategy, a step-by-step method for you to get your next job in next 60 to 90 days, right? So you will find the link in the description below. I want you to register and meet me live in that webinar. Now coming to this interview question, why did you leave your last job? Let me tell you first why they ask this question. See, they are judging you for this new role. They want to know what worked and what didn't work with you in your last job. Why are you here? And if something has happened with you, they want to know. They do not want to repeat they do not want the history to repeat itself, right? So they do not want to be in the same situation what you had in your last job. They do not want to get into a situation where you will quit again soon, because hiring is a very expensive process for any employer, right? So before they take that decision, they want to feel confident about you. Okay, so understand their side of the story. Why are they asking this question? Even this understanding will help you analyze your exact situation and prepare that answer. Now, I'll give you 6 tips. I'll give you 6 tips to prepare your answer. The first one is do not badmouth at all your previous employer. Okay? Even in the worst situation you had to leave that job, never ever badmouth, because it will put you down more than your employer. Because the next employer is thinking, you know what, something must have happened, you are hiding, right? And they will feel that if you leave this one, you will talk about me, my company, the same way, right? So they do not get into that situation. I'll tell you, even in worst of the situations, how you can answer this question. The second tip is be crisp. 1, 2, 3 sentences max. Okay, don't go on and on telling your sob story, saying that this happened, that happened. Nobody wants to listen to that. Just be crisp. Give them what are they asking for in quickest possible way. Third tip is be confident and go prepared. Okay, at this time you do not want to look down and start fumbling and your shoulders drooping. No, at this time actually you want to look into their eyes and go prepared with an answer and tell that answer. Fourth is keep it positive. Again, do not badmouth your previous employer. Don't get too emotional. Be objective, be logical, even if you had the worst situation. My fifth tip is focus on future. Okay, this question is about past, but be crisp. Quickly tell them what happened and immediately take the discussion back to future, where they are hiring you for the future, right? And the sixth, the most important tip, which is essentially a formula for your answer. Okay, it's my formula. Good but better next. Let me repeat. Good but better next. What I mean by this, it was good in my last job, but I want better in the next job. Okay, take this as a formula for your answer. Now let me come to specific examples and specific cases, And I have talked to so many career professionals, must be around 300 in last 9 months. So I know many stories. So right now I'm sort of taking those stories in my mind, and I'm giving you specific examples, yeah, for specific cases. All right, so make sure you're taking notes, and after this video I want you to prepare your answer. And even if you have any question, you can put in the comments below. I would be happy to answer your specific questions. I hope you have subscribed to this channel. I also want you to follow me on LinkedIn, because I've been posting such tips every day, and it's a professional platform. I want you to meet me on LinkedIn as well. You will find my LinkedIn link in the description below. The first specific case is you were laid off. Okay? How do you deal with this situation and answer why did you leave your last job in the next interview? See, you will have to explain the scenario clearly. What happened? Why did you get laid off? Right? And what happened with the company? You can say company had to cut cost, company got merged. What was the specific case? You also want to point out that how many people got laid off. See, if it was just you, that's not a layoff really, right? So if many people, entire team, entire department got laid off, then it's not your fault. So finally, you want to convey that it was not your problem. Okay, it was outside your circle of control and influence. You were in a situation where it was completely out of your control. You had to leave that company. So maybe one example could be, I was working on that XYZ project. We lost that project. The customer decided not to continue with my company, and the entire team got redundant basically. In 1 month, we got to know that its project is not getting continued. My manager and I tried to get similar project, or get assigned to a new team, new project. But you know what? My skills were so unique, very particular to that kind of project, that there was absolutely no other opening for me in the entire company. So we tried, but finally I had to leave. And you know what? Entire company had to get laid off, because we had very specific skills which were not aligned to rest of the company. It was not just me. Now I am here uh, looking for better opportunities. Good, but next better. The second scenario, you were fired due to skills, attitude, personality problem. I hope you didn't get into such situation, because it's a little tricky. But let me tell you how you can deal with this situation. You can say, I was this VP marketing in that firm. I learned a lot, especially with that particular project or that particular marketing assignment. I produced these results. So you want to explain that quickly. But later, it's completely a change of leadership basically, and my skills didn't match with the kind of marketing strategy they were employing. And it just didn't align, my skills didn't align. So now in this next position, I want to make sure that I deliver this with these skills. Better, sorry, good, but next better. Suppose you had clashes with your supervisor, and I guess it's one of the most common reasons for being fired, right? Instead of again bad mouthing your supervisor, even if you had a terrible time, I know right now you're thinking about, oh, I hated that guy, we just couldn't get along. But in your interview, you want to say, we had different viewpoints. Okay? And obviously, even if that was a horrible scenario, that person had some good points, right? You just had different viewpoints, maybe. So you want to say that, see, we had different viewpoints. I had more empathy oriented management style towards my team, but my boss had more objective point shoot style, uh, results oriented style. And we didn't get along, so obviously there were clashes. But now I would like to work in an environment where I can be more friendly relationship driven with my company, but at the same time empowering them to produce results. All right. So even if you had bad clashes with your supervisor, you want to precisely or crisply tell what was the real problem and how you are going to navigate similar thing in the future in the next company. Right. So good, but better next. Next scenario could be performance related. Let's say you could say, I was hired for that type of role, or I was hired because of that type of skill in that type of project. But later things changed. Company got different projects, so there was a mismatch, and they were looking for this type of person, this type of style of manager, this type of skills. They expected me to do that. I was not prepared at that time. But you know what? Now I have taken time out to learn that. I have taken time out to take specific courses. Good, but better next. Okay. Now, one of the common scenarios is voluntarily you left that job, right? It's very common. You can say, but basically, your interviewer, your employer wants to know, are you a job hopper? Okay, you left that job, that's fine, but will you leave this job soon enough? So you want to convey that exactly why did you leave, right? So suppose the scenario could be you were looking for promotion, you were looking for hike, but they were just not giving you, and you were frustrated. Even if this is a true case, you do not want to say that. You know why? Because it it would put you in a situation where they would ask you more questions. So it is not an answer, actually you are getting into more and more questions. Why? Because interviewer must be thinking, oh, you didn't get promoted, you didn't get hike, means I think there was something wrong with you. You were not delivering results. Something like this, right? So it is putting you in a situation where they will ask you more questions. Instead of that, you could say, you know what, I learned a lot. I was there for 3 years, 5 years, and I was ready to take on additional responsibilities. But you know what, I kept feeling like I had hit a glass ceiling. There were limitations in that role or in that company, in that sector for me to grow. So now I decided to call it a quit, and now I'm looking for, and I feel I'm ready for more responsibilities. I'm ready for this next level position. So, that's why I'm here. And I believe I can deliver this. Okay. So you want to, again, good, but better next. Now, a last scenario from my side. Worst case, okay, you had a terrible time. There was an incident and you just cannot hide it. Suppose, okay, I'm telling you, whatever that is, you just cannot hide. Even then, you had to tell that scenario to the next employer. Be crisp, 1 or 2 lines, 3 lines. But then, instead of bad mouthing your previous employer, say that you have taken it as a learning experience. You got to say that, you know what, yes, things happen, it's life is, this is what happened with me there. But you know what, I have accepted that as just a situation in my life. I actually learned a lot from that whole experience. I took time out to reflect, and now I'm moving on with my next job, with my career. Okay, so even in worst cases, I've told you how to prepare a good answer for this question. Okay, so I hope I have sort of covered all the scenarios. If there's any case that you have a specific scenario, put that in the comments below. Reach me on LinkedIn. I would be happy to help you. So this is one of the trickiest questions in job interviews, but now you know what to say. Go prepared for your next interview. Hope you get that job. My best wishes. Hope you have subscribed to this channel. I do not want you to miss on more such videos from me. Until next video.